I'm not making an excuse. Yeah, I said Dubois was going to be different. And like my son said, I believe it was different. But I believe it was also part of his demise because he was more confident. He was more aggressive. And you don't want to be more aggressive with a counterpunch. Because it worked against him. So I stand by what I said. Yeah, he was better. Yeah, he was more confident. Yeah, he was more sure. He had redeemed himself. He was all those things, and I stick by them like I said. The place where they came up short, 2 places. They didn't connect the fight plan. I'm making this one simple. They didn't connect the technical parts with it. And understanding what my son opened this part up about. That guy is one of the great fighters of our time, maybe of any time. And he's a great counterpuncher. And you can't be overly aggressive with a counterpuncher. Because no matter how confident you are, that confidence, that fire will be snuffed out with a straight left hand counter if you're a southpaw. Which Usyk happens to be. And that's what happened. He didn't connect, and there's something else going on here. Dubois is different. I'm not gonna get deep into this. I'm not. Some of you can figure it out on your own. Give a little thought to it. But he's one of those guys where you can see he's not always comfortable in certain settings.
In the world of heavyweight boxing, rematches are designed to settle scores and answer lingering questions. But when Oleksandr Usyk and Daniel Dubois stepped into the ring for a second time, it did more than just that. It sparked a massive debate across the entire sport. Was this simply a repeat victory, or was it a performance that cemented Usyk's place among the all-time greats? From legendary trainers to rival champions, everyone has a theory. We're about to break down all the expert analysis, starting with Teddy Atlas, who believes Dubois' own improvements were the very cause of his demise.
Usyk's getting older. This is a dangerous fight for Usyk. He would be in danger of really getting caught by surprise. But I don't think a winner like Usyk gets caught by surprise. I just don't think that's in his DNA.
While Atlas focused on the tactical errors, other boxing insiders were simply in awe of Usyk's artistry. Gareth Davies of TalkSport Boxing offered a powerful, almost poetic critique of the performance. He saw it not just as a win, but as a stadium-sized display of greatness that firmly places Usyk in the conversation of the all-time heavyweight pantheon.
Yeah, you said you saw a little bit of greatness. I thought we saw a stadium full of greatness, and he goes out into the night, like all the people here tonight, knowing that a big debate will rage now as to where he actually sits in the pantheon of the all-time heavyweight greats. I thought he was astounding from beginning to end. He discombobulated, he mesmerized, he'd used his magician skills against Daniel Dubois, and it took him under 15 minutes. He was brilliant from first to the last. I take nothing away from Daniel Dubois, because he did what he had to do. But for me, we watched majesty tonight.
He absolutely picked him apart. You know, you're talking about greatness. Yeah, Muhammad Ali will go down and he'll always be the greatest. But let's talk about who's the best. And Oleksandr Usyk, his name is right up there, right? You don't become a 3-time undisputed world champion, do what he's done, jump through the weight divisions, beat everyone of that era. And that performance that he put in tonight was the best Oleksandr Usyk I've actually seen. I think that you got to put him up there, man. That was phenomenal. People talking about age, you know, was he showing signs of wear and tear after the 2 Fury fights? Well, he answered all those questions. He looked young, he looked fresh, and he made a potentially difficult fight easy.
Promoter Eddie Hearn was watching intently and was left thoroughly impressed by what he witnessed. He didn't hesitate to label Usyk a true generational great. Hearn pointed out a critical moment in the early rounds where Dubois looked dangerous, forcing Usyk to make a conscious decision to abandon the back foot, become the aggressor, and completely change the fight's momentum.
Just, you're talking about one of the great generational. I watched the first 2 rounds, and Dubois looked really dangerous. Came out, backed him up, and then Usyk just decided, I can't allow him to back me up, so I'm going to go on the front foot and box aggressive here. And he knocked him spark out. Unbelievable. Just a true generational great.
Usyk's just phenomenal. I mean, what a fighter. Like, if you watch that fight, Usyk was under pressure in the first round because Dubois comes out fast like he did against AJ, and if he catches you, you're in trouble. And I think just after that, he just decided, basically, I'm not going to go on the back foot anymore. I'm going to take the fight to Dubois. And he just kind of beat him up. and obviously stops him. I mean, he's beaten AJ twice, Fury twice, Dubois twice. Unbelievable.
Adam Catterall offered his own passionate breakdown, emphasizing the sheer scale of Usyk's accomplishments. He reminded everyone that Usyk didn't just win titles, he conquered entire divisions, unifying all the belts at cruiserweight on the road before jumping up to demolish heavyweights.
This guy was the undisputed champion at cruiserweight. He did it all on the road, beating all the best in their own back garden, unified all the belts. He's then come up to heavyweight. Now, the other weight jumps, 3 pounds, 4 pounds, 5 pounds, 7 pounds. He's jumping up 40 pounds, 50 pounds, 70 pounds. And he's demolishing guys. He's not just beating them once, he's beating them twice. And the second time, he beats him even more convincing than he did the first time.
Eddie Hearn later provided a deeper dive into the psychological masterclass Usyk put on. He described Usyk as a perfect role model for all fighters, not just for his physical skills, but for the way he mentally controls a fight. Against a bigger, stronger opponent like Dubois, Usyk's first priority was to systematically strip away his confidence.
Lesson and, I mean, obviously role model to all fighters, but the way that he controls a fight. So comes out for the first round. Dubois looks massive, strong, powerful guy. And the one thing you can't allow Dubois to do is get any confidence. You've got to take his confidence away. You've got to make him think. You've got to make him work. You've got to land a hard jab. You've got to make him question himself. And in that first round, Dubois comes out the aggressor, right? Big, strong, rough and tough. Puts Usyk on his back foot. You even see Usyk's face, you know, like he's really concentrating. And basically says to himself, I can't afford to let Dubois do that to me, because otherwise it's going to be a long night. So I'm going to just take the middle of the ring now. I'm going to start pushing him back. It's so draining. And the one thing it's quite easy to do to Dubois actually, is just drain him over time as you take his confidence away from him. And then the second round, he just kind of flipped things round straight away.
Heavyweight contender David Adelaide also weighed in, expressing his disbelief that anyone could still doubt Usyk after he has proven himself at the highest level so many times. While giving props to Daniel Dubois for taking on the challenge, Adelaide felt Usyk once again silenced any and all critics.
Good fight. I think Usyk keeps proving himself. He gets doubted a lot, and I think he's proven himself so many times that it's kind of crazy that people doubt him. But you got to give credit to Daniel for getting in there. He tried a thing, and more credit to Usyk for pulling it off time and time again. Daniel was thinking too much. There's times when I could see Daniel being a bit hesitant. He was sitting there thinking. He did let his right hand go, and he did throw a lot of shots. But I think sometimes when you overthink it, you give Usyk too much time. And when you give Usyk time, you kind of let him play at his own sort of pace. Usyk established the jab from like the first 30 seconds, which was, you know, look, like it just shows his level.
Perhaps one of the most respected opinions comes from the last undisputed heavyweight champion, Lennox Lewis. He saw the fight as a showcase of Usyk's discipline, noting that the champion did all the right things and made no mistakes. In contrast, he felt Dubois came out a bit too strong and paid the price for overreaching.
Great win. You know, he did the right things. He did a lot of good things in the fight. I thought Daniel came out a bit too strong. You know, should have taken his time, especially the first round. And, you know, he was overreaching a little bit and he got caught. Is the best of this era. And he does the right things, he moves well, he doesn't get hit, and he's elusive, and he's hard to beat. Keep up with boxing. You know, this shouldn't, you know, he should learn from this and bring it to the next fight. I don't think he should quit. I think he's got a long, good life in boxing.
Frank Warren echoed the sentiment of many, calling Usyk a true modern-day legend who would have been an outstanding fighter in any generation. He praised not just the performance, but also the incredible mental resilience Usyk showed to win in his opponent's backyard. Warren also offered a supportive perspective on Daniel Dubois' future. He reminded everyone that Dubois is only 27 and has plenty of time to learn and grow, drawing a comparison to British legend Frank Bruno, who captured a world title on his 4th attempt.
We witnessed one of the true modern-day legends tonight in action, and he was a superb performance, winning his IBF belt back and retaining his other 3 belts. You know, Oleksandr Usyk, for me, a heavyweight in any generation, would be an outstanding fighter, and I take my hat off to him in how he coped and how he showed such mental resilience in the other guy's backyard, and you You know, he's something special. He's a special, special fighter. I thought up until that round, I thought it was a pretty good fight to watch. And Daniel's obviously very disappointed. He's in the dressing room at the moment, and if he's going to come back, he's got to learn from it. He's only 27 years of age. I look back at, Frank Bruno, for example. 3 times he fought for the world title, and he got it in the fourth attempt. And Daniel, he's won a world title, so hopefully he will come back and learn from it.
So Oleksandr Usyk once again stands atop the heavyweight mountain, a generational talent who combines skill, intelligence, and heart. But with challengers like Tyson Fury and Joseph Parker looming, the question remains, who can finally crack the Usyk code? The king reigns, but for how long? Let us know your predictions in the comments, and make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay locked in for the next chapter of heavyweight history.